The human species evolved over thousands of years. Doing both amazing and terrifying things in its journey to become the dominant species of our world. But while the modern humans may look so different than its ancestors, inventing all sorts of stuff and shaping the world to our needs, we still carry to this day some traits that withstood the trial of time and helped us in the dangerous task of evolution, becoming the bedrock of what is called the human instinct. So please leave your like and subscribe to our channel, for we'll start a daily dive into many of the world's mysteries and sciences, and your company will be the best possible. Picture the very first humans gathering around a bonfire. No complex thoughts. No complex speaking. Slightly more intelligent than a regular ape. With the spark of consciousness in its earliest moments. They hunt when they need to feed. They sleep when they feel tired. They run when they feel scared. Feeling scared is a very interesting trait and one of the most natural ones when it comes to living animals. The fear of being attacked creates a series of reactions inside their brains that change the way they behave in a hormonal level, elevating the amount of adrenaline in their bodies, which makes them more alert and ready to react to threatening situations. That fear of unknown menaces can be translated into the fear of death, an intrinsic fear often categorized as a primordial fear, one that follows every animal in their most intrinsic ways. Fearing death may sound obvious at start, but is very reasonable the more you think about it, because it raises the chances that your genes might be passed down to future generations, guaranteeing the survival of the species as a whole. Which means that over time, individuals that feared their death and actually did something to avoid it in response to that fear had a greater chance of surviving. Therefore had a greater chance to pass down their genes, making this fear a dominant part of what is called the instinct. Another category of fear, that derives closely from the fear of death, is called the ancestral fear. That sort of fear reaches out a more biological range of the human species, such as fear of the dark. That might be one of the most common kinds of fears out there and makes us think of what the dark can mean. The unknown. A predator. An unescapable situation or problem. Many other faces that the dark may take when it comes to a human having to decide whether he enters a dark area or not. Fearing the dark played a very important task in human evolution, because while some humans had no fear at all, therefore taking more unknown life risks, others that feared it took on less risk, meaning that they survived more often than their brave brothers, passing down their genes more frequently for the future of mankind. This next kind of fear focuses more on a social context, or at least the most primitive sense of social the first humans had, which can be called the context fear. the fear of being alone, of violence between ones of your species, of being betrayed, of being rejected. A pretty large amount of people have already suffered from stutters or cold sweating when they had to speak in public, for example. That is not random. The humans that stood away from their pack were often easier prey to other predators in nature. Making less of the genes that make you tend to stay apart from others perpetuate through your species. But what does this fear has to do with the fear of speaking in public? Acceptance. Humans needed so much to remain on the pack, that the very possibility of being rejected by your peers could mean your own death. Thus making this kind of fear travel and help through the whole human evolution. Now imagine yourself. How many things you remember that you ever had? Such as a specific fear, a specific habit that always followed you, that food that really shines over the others. A musical genre that really catches your taste. There's a plethora of things that exist within you that might have been traveling through your genes for over a millennia. It's outstanding how little we know about the human brain, the human body, and even the universe as a whole, and their abilities to amaze and puzzle us. What do you think? Do you feel that modern humans are still that bound to its ancestors? And what about these survival habits? How many of them do you keep to this very day? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this ride to the past, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. It really helps us knowing what you like to see. Thank you so much for beginning this journey with us. And always remember to feed your cortex.